Hello everyone, Sean Shumway here from Authentic Arising, and I'm going to offer a reading for July. Just a general reading, whatever needs to come through most, what the collective needs to hear. So let's have my tools here ready, my decks, my runes, my numerology dice. So let's tune in and see what wants to come through. Okay, so I hear the Fairy Oracle deck wanting to speak, and let's get ready to see what the beings of the lower realms have to offer. What wisdom is there to offer to the collective, to the world? What do we need to know for the coming month of July? Four cards here. The first one that is relevant is, let's feel the energy and see what it's telling us. First thing we have is fairies of the future. And all of these came out from my perspective to be reversed. Well, big surprise here, nothing new, but yes, of course, big shakeups are coming. The world is going to change. The structures, it's changing. Be ready for it. And as we see the two beings that are the different colors in the rest of the back, the two bright ones there, they're both firmly rested, firmly rooted on some mushrooms coming up on the earth, on the ground. So as these changes come through, our deep intuitive knowledge that those truths that we have built our lives on, with what truly matters, compassion, community, friendship, kindness, that is what will serve us through this time. And the reverse position is telling us, well, that is what is most important. Be wary, be mindful, because in this time there are those who will try to take advantage of that as well. Be kind, be compassionate, but have rock solid boundaries, because you must show that same kindness, compassion, and care to yourself as much as the world around you. Next we have the wording on these cards is a little bit fun to read, so that's one reason why the book comes in handy. Sometimes we need the meanings, sometimes it's just for plain text. See, but we have this little fella, Ta'Om the Poet. That guy right there. Isn't that a nice card? So sometimes the numbers on here just are referenced to find in the book. Sometimes they speak a little louder and is about the numerology. So that 29, that 11, that's again saying, let the illumination of the deeper truths come through. Let those spiritual guidances call you forward into what needs to be done. Tom the Poet. Listen to art. Songs, stories. It's more than just entertainment. There's deep wisdom there. That's what can touch and move our soul, can get us here past the blockages of the mind. Because sometimes we get too overwhelmed, too worried and trying to figure out what we are supposed to do. And it can be important to just tune into the intuition, the feel, those deep archetypal movements that speak to us, and allow that deep spiritual illumination to come through and realize that's what it is. You hear that perfect song that tells you just what you need to see. You see a scene in a movie that really brings something to clarity that was meant to happen. There are no coincidences. Pay attention. Art speaks volumes. Anything else that this guy has to say? Then we have on that same theme of musicality and things and whatnot, the pipers. And the reverse position may mean more later, but the first thing that's coming through is actually the representation here. Turned upside down, those pipes, those sure look like stairs to me. And that's speaking to me, saying, just as music soars, rises, climbs, elevates, takes us up, so must we pull ourselves up out of this. There is heaviness happening right now. We know this. And ultimately, we have to make the choice ourselves to rise above it. We can look to messages, writings, leaders and communities, ancient texts, the masters, the guides for inspiration. But it's ultimately up to us on our choice. Our choice, our free will, is the most powerful thing we have, the most powerful transformational tool we have access to. And by climbing these steps, by our own choice, by our own will, is what will change things. It was what will guide us through. Just as we hear many folk stories of those following the pipes, we we must follow the call, the pipes of our own soul, and make the choice to rise above. Into this one is 24, which breaks down to 6. That's all about harmonious home relationships. And again, it's our choice to rise above that will cultivate that will grow that will promote that will create that. In the midst of the chaos, in the midst of what's going on, we can still build peace within ourselves, within our own internal homes, within the close communities around us, by making the proactive choice to do the work. And this could not have come out more perfectly. Final card. Unity. It's one. I love the lower numbered cards in this deck. They're all these really cool, ethereal, almost formless, energetic swirls that are just really cool to me to look at. Anyway, this Unity card, that is telling me, the one, it's the one. I mean, that is a time of new beginning. That is self. That is, again, new beginnings, individuality, the strength of self that will carry us forward, and the new beginnings of unity. The card one, unity. That is what we're going towards, a new way of unity. And tuning into the energy a little more, this is telling us that it is time. Of course, this is what the Soul messages have been telling to us for the past several years and what we've been working towards. But we really must rise above our individual, cultural, economic, racial, geographical differences and realize we are all humans. We are all the same. We are, of course, different and beautiful, bright individuals. We are bright, brilliant individual pixels on one unified masterpiece picture. And we have to see that unified vision. There may be a time when, well, some of you may or may not know this concept, but there may be those that are not human coming to visit us, coming to reveal themselves to us. And we must remember that we are one. We're similar to them as well. Life is life. But unity is important. What else does this have to say? Just open your hearts, be compassionate. We are one. Embrace that unity. Even those who do not speak that message, even those who still want to keep us divided, even those who are still living a place of hate, of division, they are one of us as well. And only through holding that spirit of unity with ourselves, that is the only medicine to that. Of course, when necessary, don't let yourself be physically harmed or threatened, but know that those who act darkly, aggressively, evilly, they're deeply wounded, and that is what's happening there. They ultimately need what will ultimately cure the sickness past the momentary symptom revelation that, say, reacting yourself with aggression and violence may cause. What will truly make a long-lasting cure is embracing that with love and compassion and saying, I see you, brother. Don't you know that what you're doing is hurting you as much as me? hold that intention, hold that spirit. When you stand and say no and hold that boundary, do it from a place of love. Do it from a place of unity. And that is what those cards have to say. Any other messages wanting to come through at this time? Any wisdom for the collective for the month of July? There are those higher beings beyond the veil, watching us, guiding us, helping us. Remember that spirit is always here, no matter what happens on the human level. The guides, the ancestors, the angels, whatever you relate to, they are here for you. They are watching us, they're guiding us, they're protecting us through this time. It can be turbulent, but all change is. And this will release the old, clearing space so we may create the new. Hold the love in your hearts. Remember that. And carry forward in grace. I hope you have found this to be helpful, inspiring, and guiding. That is my intention. If so, please share to get this message out as far as it can. And soon, I'm still getting the business licenses and things in place, but I will soon be available to do individual readings and sessions. So keep your eye out for that, and I look forward to working with you. Stay in love, be blessed, and so it is.